Let's connect with Sanjiv Bhasin, who's joining in on the show. Hi there, Sanjiv. Good to have you on board. We were talking about the markets yesterday below 21,300, the fact that FIIs aren't quite supporting, and that pressure is coming in from all quarters. Is this a signal that it's just a bump along the road and everything's going to be smooth sailing, or a sign of things getting worse?
Well, good morning, Awan. Well, the main culprit has definitely been HDFC Bank. I mean, I've been in the market 35 years. I have never seen HDFC Bank go down the way it has. I mean, 27,000 crore of delivery has been exchanged. Now, that tells you when a bank index is so skewed by one stock, this is the fallout of that. The Bank Nifty has corrected more than 3,500 points, all because of that. I think the clear outcome of the bank results is that cost of deposit has gone up and deposits are where everyone is vying for. In that case, some of the smaller cap banks look very good. But still, I would say there is enough room on the large caps to outperform now. And we think the mid caps is where there could be little more of bloodletting. However, like I said, if we are in a global bull market and there will be this proverbial problem because of one large bank and you know a lot of the PMSs and XYZ have all been overweight on HDFC. So I think this is a cleansing out process. I would expect markets to be hunky-dory by the end of this week, which means tomorrow is expiry, Friday is a holiday. Monday, I would expect, because I think results, particularly on the mid-cap side, have been rather stellar, whether you see an REC or you see an Indus Tower or you see an IndusInd Bank. So the overhang of FI ownership in HDFC has been the main culprit, and the volatility has aided them because of the Bank Nifty underperformance. I think there's a reversal on the cards maybe in the next 2 days.
Hi, morning. It's not just HDFC Bank which has got a chill like Delhi, but even other large caps, right? Reliance Industries, for instance, or an L&T has not been doing a whole lot last 1 week. And more importantly, the rub-off of HDFC Bank on IndusInd Bank, which fell 6.25% yesterday. SBI has been a drag. And Axis Bank, even though the numbers were decent, the ADR again was falling last night.
So Aisha, like you said, the weightage of HDFC Bank will prompt a lot of rebalancing in the large caps. We still think IndusInd, Axis. What about ICICI? I think the numbers were far more steadier than ever. And IndusInd, for all what the hunky-dory noise is, there was correction. But on the four-wheeler side, being one of the part owners of Ashok Leyland, they are seeing the best traction ever as far as vehicles go. IndusInd is the largest lender in four-wheelers. And I think that it is just a matter of time that their NIM start to expand more. We have a buy rating over here on IndusInd. It is in our portfolio. But like you said, it is the Bank Nifty which is actually led from the front. And to balance that, you have Reliance and L&T has more or less been on a market outperformer rating. But on the other hand, look at Persistent, look at Coforge, look at the mid-cap IT, look at the mid-cap Pharma. So there are enough room, there are enough legs for the market to move up. Bank Nifty is grossly oversold. Not grossly, very, very grossly. And I think now, just maybe in the next 48 hours, you will see more of reasoning out of HDFC Bank. You cannot have a balance sheet at 13.5, 14 times 1 year forward when some of the large cap, mid cap banks are trading at 18 times. I think this is the time for long-term investors who want to buy a good stock. And today you are just reading, they've crossed the 2 crore mark on the credit card business. So I'm not trying to portray a perfect picture, but in all this weakness, you will get only prices when there is weakness because of the over ownership, that you will get an opportunity of an entry point into HDFC Bank.
Okay. Okay, IDFC Bank. And they said the following. What did they say? NPAs वापस आ रहे हैं. Nobody wants to hear that. That spooked the stock, Bhasin sir.
Yes, Nikunj, I would take it with a pinch of salt that they are one of the largest MSME players, where Vaidyanathan has been trying to gain his market share, and that is in two-wheeler, in MSME loans, and rightfully there will be a little bit of pressure there. But they are one of the fastest growing CASA ratio depositors. and their deposits have been stellar. I think their NIMs above 5% is a clear example of how he has modified a lending institution into a full-fledged bank. At 80 rupees, it has a very fine risk reward. Like you said, there will be a skew towards little bit of rising NPAs in an economy where we know that sooner rather than later, the budget and other things will be the trendsetter. But given the government's outlook, given that most industries are doing well, a little bit of tinkering on retail and MSME will be part of the course. I still think IDFC Bank is one of the finest led banks, and the CASA ratio, deposit growth is one of the stellar players over there. At 80 rupees, I think there is a fine risk reward of entry into it.
Sanjiv, before we let you go, let's have a list. Are you recommending buying anything if the market were to decline further today?
Well, wholeheartedly. I mean, ignore the numbers. Look what Kunal just pointed out. Petronet has been one of our topics also from 205.10. And I think as a follow-through of that, GAIL numbers on the 29th will be the most stellar you have ever seen. It will be the best in the history of GAIL. So as a corollary to that, you know, if LNG prices are reasonably well played because they have contracts with RAS on the long term, then GAIL becomes my top pick there. IndusInd Bank is something I spoke of. Indus Tower came out with 2x after provisioning everything for Vodafone. And Bharti's ventures into 5G is going to I mean, the management commentary is extremely bullish. I think this stock is headed to new highs. And my favorite, SW Solar. Now, you've read today, REC is going to commission almost 1.5 lakh crore on the solar panels. The only player in the world which does MEP, mechanical engineering plumbing, is Sterling and Wilson. This stock is headed to 750. So use the decline to buy. So GAIL, IndusInd on the large caps. You can add an HDFC if you are looking to do a SIP. You cannot get it cheaper.
I would like to draw everyone's attention, Kunal, Naresh, Bhasin Saab, railways. Chuk Chuk Gadi, that's what you call them in Hindi. Everyone thought that Chuk Chuk Gadi stocks will move at bullet train. Then they started become aviation speed. What's going on? You remember the word Bhasin Saab बचपन में बोलते थे चुक चुक गाड़ी, रेल गाड़ी.
अरे बिल्कुल निकुंज जी, आपने तो yesterday you hit the nail on the hammer on the nail. आपने IRCTC को पकड़ा था, उस वाले 7% घट गया कल, और मैं आपकी कमेंट्री सुन रहा था. I am still bullish on this space, but like you said, there is froth across the board on some of these sectors, particularly railway, defense, and the mid caps. Be watchful over there. There is too much expectation and built in. If IRADA numbers were good, but it trades at 4 times price to book. I mean, now even HDFC is less than 2.5 times or less than 2.5, 3 times. And Axis and ICICI are a scream over here. So I would definitely say get into large cap, mid cap, large cap banks. That is a sweet spot. In railways, we still think IRCTC, even though it has a stream of businesses which are reasonably well priced, the stock is not cheap. We still think that has more legs on the upside, given that Vande Bharat, booking, catering, and the near part is doing extremely well. But I would say mid caps is where the pain can persist, at least till this expiry a little bit more.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to have you.